on this Tuesday night. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Boston Celtics going up against the New York Knicks. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. And we'll hear from Allie LaForce in just a moment. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Miles McBride.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
So the New York starting 5. The forwards are Bridges and Towns. Landry Shamet is out there with Jalen Brunson. And it's Robinson in at the center, filling out the middle. And for Boston, Pritchard and White are their guards. Then there's Brown, and it's Walsh in at the 4. So, Greg, when you're in the first game of a back-to-back, how much focus slips into already looking towards the second game?
Well, from a player's perspective, not much. But from the view of a coach, it has to creep in some in terms of making sure you don't overplay your stars.
Now here's Towns. 2 points. That one goes.
Well, you got to respect and admire the focus of Towns. I mean, he just doesn't get rattled. He just stays with it, embraces the challenge, and keeps coming.
Brown with it. Defended by Bridges. Brown down low. He's against Bridges. Count it. Good.
He relishes his role in this offense, and he's a natural leader, too.
Brunson against Pritchard. Lets a floater go, and it's laid in by Brunson.
You know, he's such an unpredictable player because of his change of pace, his great footwork, his deceptive strength. When you least expect it, Brunson hits you with that floater, and you're defenseless against it.
About a minute played so far here in the first. Second-round pick back in 2018. Stardom wasn't expected for Jalen Brunson, but he's always been a winner.
You look at his physical attributes, nothing jumps out at you, but it's all between the ears with him. The skill, the footwork, the vision, that's what makes him elite.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Brunson finds Towns. Oh, that's blocked. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
And making a statement right away, letting them know they won't get any easy ones when he's around.
There's a screen by Robinson. Blocked again. Outside, White. Pass to Cato. There's a screen. Three-pointer, Pritchard. Robinson pulls it in.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And it's Brunson missing. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks. The Knicks are able to play 5 out. And Josh Harden told me they surrounded Jalen Brunson with guys who can shoot, guys that command attention. He's able to expose that, scoring the ball and being unselfish. The court is wide open. Back over to you, Kevin.
Tons of spacing. Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks. The Knicks making a switch here. Clarkson's checked in. Here's Walsh. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. The Knicks have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Pritchard against Brunson. There's the pick. Fires from deep. Boston. No good that time either. And here are the Knicks. Last time they met in New York.
And they did win that last game in this matchup. And it seemed they got the benefit of the whistle.
Yeah, a significant differential in free throws made. I mean, give them credit. They capitalized on those opportunities.
Now, here's Clarkson. He had 13 points in the win against Toronto. To the middle. Here's White, and White slams it in.
He wanted to let us know that he's got some bounce to his game now. White rising up with ease to send that one home.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Sam Hauser's checked in for Boston. And Fernie Simons comes in for White. Josh Hart, he's checked in for New York. Miles McBride comes in for Jalen Brunson. Here's Towns. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. So, Clark, let me ask you, what makes Karl Anthony Towns stand out as a perimeter big man?
Well, I think first and foremost, his shooting ability for a big guy is unique. I mean, he can shoot it with the best of three-point shooters and from deep. Not many big guys can do that. He can put it on the floor. He's an excellent free throw shooter. He can shoot shots off the dribble as a big guy. And he can go old school and play bully ball. So, I mean, you factor in that combination of toolkit, that's pretty impressive for a guy that's almost 7 feet tall.
Good on the second free throw. The offensive skill set for Karl Anthony Towns, Greg is a 7-footer, is very special, to say the least.
The outstanding shooting, the post play, and he's worked on his defense. He may never be elite at that end, but he ignites in offense.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious.
Ammonia strong, we call that. Wear that rim out.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's McBride. 14 points from him the last game against Toronto, and it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
A defensive play like that early in the game can go a long way. Establishes an attitude that you want to have during the game.
Five to shoot. Bridges misses.
Excellent job to impact that attempt and prevent the easy deuce.
Simons from outside. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Boston on top, leading by 3. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
We've got Chris Boucher. He's out there with Sam Hauser. And it's Gonzalez in at shooting guard. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Now, here's Clarkson. Still yet to score. A rebound by Simon.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Gonzalez pass to Simons. A three-pointer is right on target. Simons has got the lead up to 6 now for Boston. And GA, you know, some people argue that defense has declined in recent years. Would you agree?
I think mostly it's just harder to defend in today's game. You have to cover so much more ground, and with the lack of physicality, it just makes it more challenging.
Here's Hauser. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. And now look at Boston's upcoming schedule. On Thursday, they'll tip off a road trip in Washington where they'll take on the Wizards. And then on Friday, they'll be taking on Luka Doncic and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And for their matchup with the Bucks, on paper, you'd expect them to come away with the win, but this might be one of those trap games where they let it get away from them if they aren't focused.
So both teams changing it up here. Pass to Shamet. Back to McBride. Here's Towns, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Towns has got his second bucket of the night.
A prolific inside scorer since his first day in the league. Towns gets the job done down low.
Celtics leading by 4. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Mikal Bridges is very comfortable with his mid-range and in-between game. He said when it comes to the basketball court, it's not just the rims and the threes. You have the rest of the court, too. Now, not everyone is effective with those middle-distance shots, but Mikal always has been. Back over to you guys.
Oh, yeah, he can knock them down. Thanks a lot, Allie. Here's Shamet from outside off the mark. And Simons has got the ball here for Boston. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Bridges against Brown. And Keita gets it to go. Keita's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And it's easy to see that Brown continues to develop as a playmaker. His work paying off.
1:27 left here in the second. When it comes to Jaylen Brown, Greg, what qualities does he add to a team?
Well, I love how active and physical he is. He poses such a difficult challenge on both sides of the ball. With a Finals MVP award to his credit, you know he's as mentally tough as anyone in our league.
Over in the corner, McBride. Towns, the pass to McBride. For 3, Bridges. Hart outside. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Hart's got himself on the board with 3 there.
One of Hart's favorite shots there, guys. Excellent recognizing when he has the room to pull the trigger.
Brown, the pass to Simons. 35 seconds left in the first half of the game. Shot clock at 6. Here's Brown. Kept alive. The kick out to Simons. Buries the long-range jumper. Simons has got a pair of triples in the second now for the Celtics.
He's found his game in the second quarter, looking very assertive now.
Here's McBride, covered by Simons. Pass to Hart from outside the arc. That one misses. And we've reached halftime in this one. Celtics lead by 6. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
And thank you for joining us, as with 2 quarters in the books, it's looking good for the Boston Celtics.
I usually only see Shaq drool when it comes to food, but their performance on the board tonight, it's getting to him a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie, I like what I've seen.
And let's move on to the Eastern Conference standings. The true contenders are beginning to stand out.
Taking a look here now at Boston, guess they're playing decent, remaining somewhat competitive. Just feel like this team is stuck right now, unable to get to the next level, searching for the answers.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Celtics leading by 6 in a hard-nosed defensive identity for this Knicks. But, GA, there's been some slippage.
Well, the challenge has been their 2 best offensive players get targeted at the other end. The adage, you're only as strong as your weakest link, has some truth to it.
On the court for the Knicks, the forwards are Bridges and Towns. Jalen Brunson out there with Landry Shamet. And it's Robinson in at the 5. Rome in the paint. Here's Brunson. He's averaging just around 28.5 points a game. So many offensive skills in his toolkit. Towns sets the pick for Brunson. Right in the heart of the defense. Ah, Brunson.
When he gets near the basket, Brunson can do some major damage.
Here's Brown. Pass to Pritchard. Here's Cada. Brown outside. Good on the triple. Brown's got the lead up to 9 now for the Celtics.
Boy, he gives this team exactly whatever scoring it needs, and that's one of the things you really like about him.
Shamet the pass to Brunson. Good. And it's 6 points here for Jalen Brunson. The Celtics shooting well, 50% from the floor. Pritchard finds White. The kick out to Brown. Just 4 to shoot. It's rebounded by Towns. Knicks trail by 7. To the inside. Shamet, and he dunks it down.
Not a ball stopper on the wing. Bridges with the helper.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Clark, one of the better two-way wings in the NBA, Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, he's a versatile defender. Has really improved offensively recently, in my estimation. Was second in Defensive Player of the Year voting one time. And over time, like I said, I think he's really added to and rounded out his offensive game.
Pritchard gets the bucket.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Here's Brunson, and the Knicks good for 2.
This speaks to how confident a shooter Brunson is. I mean, outstanding at pulling up off the dribble.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Sam Hauser's checked in for Boston. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Clarkson's checked in. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Pass to Walsh. They set the pick. 6 to shoot. Fires away from outside. Out of bounds, New York takes possession. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Anthony Simons.
And you can never fully predict these long-term trends, but it's apparent that the production has been on the decline here a bit. That doesn't mean it will stay that way. And look, so many ways he can impact the team as well. Not always just about the scoring.
Celtics making a switch here. Tillman's checked in. Fast break, here we go. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one is on Towns. The Celtics shooting their first free throws of the game.
At the line for your Celtics, Wall. At the line for 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Simons, he's checked in for White. And then for New York, Yabusele comes in for Robinson. And it's Josh Hart in for Karl Anthony Towns. He's off on the second. Knicks trail by 6. Clarkson taking his time here. Here's Hart, and Hart throws it down.
Way too easy for Hart. This is why the defense has to push him out of the paint.
.32 seconds left in the third quarter. Simons against Clarkson. Bounce pass, Simons. Here's Tillman. Nothing on the board. Great open look there. And the Celtics lead by 7.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And we've reached the end of the third. It's the Celtics up by 4. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there for him.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. We've got Anthony Simon. It's Boucher out there with Sam Hauser. Then there's Brown, and it's Tillman in at the 5. That's the Boston 5. Now here's Towns. Tillman grabs the miss.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Now here's Simon. Defended by McBride. A shot's good from Simon.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
I tell you what, any team will take that. I mean, if you're shooting over 50%, it means you're getting the kind of looks you want on offense, and you're being smart about it, and you're knocking down the good shots that you get.
So it's the Knicks now after the basket by Boston. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. Celtics leading by 6. Look out! Rising up and ripping down the two-hand jam. Let's see the connected cam angle on that stunning play, brought to you by AT&T. The Knicks shooting 40% from the field. And Mike Brown decides to call timeout. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. So for the Knicks, Robinson's checked in for Josh Hart. Bridges comes in for Clarkson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Miles McBride. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Mike Brown was saying to the team. He told his team, once you grab the rebound, run with the ball. Don't give them a single second to catch their breath. We control the pace of this game, not them. Guys, expect the pace to pick up.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that. Now, here's Shannon. Jacks up a 3. The shot is off.
But sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing on that possession. They were all over him on the perimeter.
Rebounded by Towns. And it's Towns with the ball. He'll bring it up for New York. 8-point game. Now here's Bridges. Now Robinson.
Excellent work from Robinson, going right at the defense and forced them into a compromising position.
First team foul. At the line for the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one.
Boy, you want to talk about a man-child to deal with, a monster inside. Look no further than Mitchell Robinson. He is a dominant two-way center.
Celtics leading by 8.
Brown with that amazing athleticism, putting on a show out there with jams like that.
The Knicks have gone 0-3 to start the fourth quarter. There's a screen by Robinson. Here we've got Brunson. Officiating is always a hot topic among fans. That's never going to go away. And some people think the game is called too closely now.
Be careful, Kevin. We don't need any fines over here. Fans are bound to get frustrated with certain calls, but overall, I think our officials do a great job, and the game is about as fair as it can be.
And Brunson really is a leader both on and off the floor. His example, when he speaks words of truth and passion, and his will and drive to win is infectious.
White outside. Clock at 6. A great pass leads him right to the rack.
Boy, White doing a nice job that time, working around the defense and finding the open man.
Here we've got Brunson. 1:22 left to play in the final quarter. Strong move off the glass.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
Here's White. Shamet with the steal. Now here's Bridges. The three doesn't go. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
Now Pritchard. And Mitchell Robinson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Now Pritchard. Wide, a screen on Brunson. Just 5 on the clock. Pritchard.
What a job there by Brunson on defense, staying connected to the shooter nicely.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yep, I agree with you. Chalk it up. W in the bag.
Brown feeling out a bit. And so it's the Boston Celtics with the W. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And Allie LaForce has got something now for us from the floor. Allie, take it away.
Thank you very much. Jalen, you had it going. Can you talk about the confidence you had tonight?
I'm just trying to continue to show people what I can do, continue to get better. It's a long journey. It's a process. I still got a long way to go and a lot to learn, so I'm going to just keep going up.
It's all part of the journey. Thanks, Jalen.
As always, Allie, we appreciate it. And that'll do it, folks. Alongside Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. And as always, we appreciate you joining us right here tonight on 2K as we present our